Yeah.
Welcome to this real in-depth interview with Mr. Darius Fulghum himself, who has a fight coming up on May 30th. Darius is going to fight for a WBA title eliminator. Y'all seen before on the previous interviews we interviewed with Darius, it was more so still about the come up and
Comfortable
how
life.
quick.
Right.
This is not a comfortable life.
No.
Fighters trying to figure out how we get our next check. We don't know when the
Right.
next check coming in. It's being a kind of entrepreneur. Being an athlete. We going
Because that's what you are.
we going week to week, month to month. But I don't know when I'm getting my next paycheck.
Right.
How do I really budget this?
The
I
come
don't
up
really.
and how quickly things can change in less than 1 year for not just ourselves as normal human beings, but as a fighter as well. Man, as you're preparing for this massive opportunity that probably 90% of people in our world will never ever get a chance to experience, what does it feel like to this point?
Feel like everything's been kind of lining up how it should, man. And I'm just so blessed, bro. And I say that over and over again. I feel like any interview I say, I have to mention I'm so blessed. But I just blessed. I put a lot of work into this too. It's not just like, oh, I just lucked up and got this. Like, you know, at one point in my career, I remember I was suffering real bad with like imposter syndrome. I was, a lot of people tell me, "Oh man, you're so good, and you got to this place, man." Like, but I always felt like I didn't belong for the longest, until I came to realization. It's like, nah, bro, like I really do this, and I'm really like that, and I started to really actually believe myself and know, like, hey, the positions I'm in, I worked my butt off to get here, and I deserve it. Like this didn't come easy. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't just handed to me, right? And the big thing I think about for this moment is really just seizing it. Like opportunities don't come that often like that for a lot of people, right? And there's a lot of life changing opportunities that come through people's life, but they're not ready for it. And
Mhm.
so that's always on my mind to just be locked in for just a little bit. All I need is sacrifice just a little bit, to really set myself up and my whole entire future for my future family and stuff. So I'm so dialed in, bro. It's a huge blessing, and I'm ready to seize the moment.
There's not a doubt in my mind that you are about as locked in as anybody could be. As I'm looking at your face, I can look and see in your eyes the determination to this point. If anything, it looks like to you, looks like from my perspective, this looks like a lot of vindication for telling the 21, 22-year-old kid that just graduated college, um, who I graduated nursing school, hey, bro, you made the right choice. Um, if you can talk to that person just from a few years ago, what would you even say to that person now?
Man, listen, the person a few years ago knew though. That's the thing. That's the crazy part about it when I reflect on it, right? My last semester in nursing school, teachers and stuff were preparing everybody to getting ready for their interviews, getting ready to start transitioning from college to the workforce. And I remember I was in class, like I was like, I don't need to do this, right? Like, cause this is not what I'm gonna do. Like,
Yeah.
and the dean knew, all my professors knew, my classmates knew. I said, this is what I'm gonna do. I made the decision way back a long time ago that this is what I was gonna do, and man, I really just stuck to the plan. And rest assured, I hit some extreme lows during this
hmm
process, right?
hmm
But I
hmm
never gave up on anything. I never gave up on sight on what I really wanted because I really love this. I really enjoy doing this. And so um the kid back at PV knew.
Yeah.
He knew. He made a decision, this is what he's gonna do. And so crazy when everything kind of unfolded and be in a position where it's like, man, I can go. But I tell that kid back then, when I was 20, 22, 21, you was right. You was
Whew.
right. You
Ain't
was
nothing
right.
like going to tell yourself
You was
you was
right.
ready. You know it.
You was right. Now that's 21-year-old me. As 16-year-old me, that boy didn't have a clue.
16-year-old you
That
couldn't
boy,
see it, huh?
that boy didn't have a clue.
No
He
idea.
didn't have a clue because I started boxing when I was 18, going on 19, my senior year of high school. And when I
Right.
started, That's when I first made the decision. I said, this is what I'm gonna do. Because I had this switch in my head where I said, man, I could really do anything that I want to. I really set my mind to. Started boxing and I loved it. I fell in love with it and I said, this is it. And I made that conscious decision. This is what I was gonna do. And I was gonna become a world champion. So 18, I knew. Before that, I was a lost kid. I had no idea. I never would imagine me doing this, And anybody I went to school with never would have thought this either. Like
Yeah.
if you would have known me back then, so life is so crazy, and I've just been enjoying the whole journey and the whole ride.
With this upcoming fight you have here, what is different about, not to say you took any fight lightly, I know you've never taken any fight lightly leading up to it. What is different about the preparation specifically for this fight versus the others leading up to it? I know that's a, I'm not saying, I know first, like I said, you're not scaling back anything. What is the mental mindset now of this fight versus the rest of them?
What's crazy about that? Because I feel like I've been going through a lot of thoughts since getting this fight right. Because this is a fight that we wanted, right? Like this is something we've
Hmm.
been talking about. We've been kind of manifesting, and now it's finally here. So, this is it. This is the one we've been waiting for, and I don't really, as far as my preparation and stuff goes, I haven't really changed really anything because, in my head mentally, every fight is important. My debut, my second fight, third fight, all the way up to now, every fight was so important. Like, like, I mean, if I lost my last fight, I wouldn't have this opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, every fight is so important, so I can't ever like treat anything different. And
You,
one thing I'm
it's funny you actually even mentioned that because one of your stablemates, Charles Conwell, just lost his last fight, who now misses out on a championship
just
opportunity.
like that, and that guy now
Just,
took a spot to fight saying to fight
just,
Xander for the world
just
title now.
like that. People don't, to see both sides of that. That's a
Yeah,
lot of things that people don't really understand. One fight can really change your whole life.
it can,
Uh,
just like that. The whole trajectory of it, right? How people talk about you, how people see you, and one thing really with this fight that I'm really ingraining in my head, like sometimes we keep saying, this is a big moment, big, this is huge, blah blah blah, massive opportunity, whatever. I'm really trying to get out of that mindset period for real, because I don't need to make this fight any bigger than any of my other ones, right? I mean, this is really just another.
gotta keep
This
it even
this
kill.
this is another. Look, when I go in there, and this always happens when I go into fight week and I going into the locker room and start getting ready. This is just another day for me, you know. Man, in life is so. I have so many big moments in life, so many things that have changed. This is a like a really, boxing is really kind of like a small part of my life, and I'm not gonna make this to a bigger magnitude than it needs to be, right? I'm not gonna make this moment bigger than me,
Yeah.
bigger than me in my life, right? So, because a lot of people fold under pressure like that, or making, oh my gosh, this is such a big moment, blah blah. Nah, man, that's just any other day, you know. And it's crazy because that's how I feel, but then I keep
Mhm.
saying, oh, this is a big moment, big opportunity, because realistically it is, right? But
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
I actually really feel, this is another day for me.
Man, I
30th
know
to
it.
be another day for me. So I'm blessed, man, and I'm extremely grateful and excited for the opportunity. And I'm hoping this month of May go by fast, right? Because I can't wait to get there. But ultimately, I'm still enjoying all the time, like all the training sessions, even though they're hard, they're brutal, they suck. At the end of it, I'm like, oh man. But when I finish, I feel so good. I finish a tough workout, it feels amazing. I'm like, oh man, it's everything I've dreamed of, So
Yeah.
I've been taking not just the wins, on fight night, but every day,
Even
every.
the losses in the gym,
Come
I
on
feel
now,
defeated today. I
I'm
feel defeated in the gym today, but it feels so good.
man. It's in a weird way, it feels good. Just
Yep.
being honest, it feels good. So
I
I'm
know
just
it feels good to get that kind of in a like you said, you knew who you this is who you were. But sometimes it's more so to get that monkey off your back, like, am I really that? And then somebody presents this opportunity and it's like, oh, okay, I am that. You
I am
know,
that. Not only am I am that. This is even my opportunity. This is my opportunity really to show it. Because
yep,
realistically, I'm trying to get my ego out of the picture, right? But a
right,
lot of times I never really felt like I always got like the respect I felt like I deserved, and because even let's say my last two performances have been extremely dominant performances, but sometimes there's like a little curse that comes with it, and
yep.
if you make a fight look too easy, then it's just the opponent was.
They blame the opponent, but
They're gonna down. They're
the
gonna down.
opponent, they don't give the opponent the credit for being good as well.
Right, and so
It's a stupid back and forth.
that's the one thing about this fight that I love is because beforehand, optically, I'm already saying a lot of people are like, "Oh, this is a tough fight, 50-50 fight," or however they're looking at it. Even they may have me the underdog or whatever. They're giving Beck his well deserved props. I mean, he's an Olympian.
Yep,
He's done well, been promoted, had a good performance in his pro career. Extremely great amateur background. So this is a credible live dog opponent, and it's somebody that they can't really take away from. Like if
yeah.
I was to make this fight look easy, then they can't take that from me, right? So I think that's what I'm really excited about. Where this is an opponent that'll really show where I'm at, and I want to really make a splash statement this fight to really put the super middleweight division on notice. On like, yo, hey,
He
we
coming.
need we who is Darius Fulghum? We need to see this guy with all the top dudes, and so I want to start that conversation. Where when I'm watching fights on the zone and I'm watching the super middleweight fight, right? That my name is not mentioned. Like, oh man, and we need to see such and such with Darius, or when they're doing the rankings and stuff
Yep,
that I serve myself there. So that's the type of performance I want to put on May 30th.
man. I hope you do. I'm
Yeah, come
looking
on,
forward to watching it. I think I might be able to show up. In all
come on,
honesty,
dog,
I think I
come
might.
on.
I didn't submit my credentials. I need to get a hold of some folks
Let me
again.
know. Let me know. We got to get you there though for sure.
I think I do need to. I need to hit them up again and go ahead and try to make it there.
Yeah,
I pull in day of though. I always pull in day of
yeah,
because I hate. I do not. I do not. No, I do not. I hate doing weigh. I gotta go do weigh-ins for Keyshawn. I gotta
yeah,
actually. I gotta actually be at the weigh-ins for that fight and all that because Bruce Trampler and all them kind of got on my
yeah,
neck
yeah,
about it.
yeah, yeah,
They
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, "Come on!" I mean, they know my dad and George through
Mm,
everything, so they was like, "Come on, man, you got to at least show up to one of the weigh-ins."
yeah, yeah. For the weigh-ins for sure.
So and it works out. I was in the Navy. I was stationed in Norfolk, so I can't like, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah,
it works out.
yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
of my people are there, so it is what it is. But nonetheless, man, I appreciate you taking the time out.
Appreciate you, brother.
Continue to have a great training camp. We are rooting for you thoroughly. I know I'm not
Come on
supposed to.
now.
I know
Come on now.
I'm not supposed to show my bias here.
H
But
Town, bro.
Me and Twin, have 100% always shown our bias with you. We call it to you fair though. We call it
That's
straight.
real.
When we see something
That's
we don't
real.
like, we
Yeah,
call it. But
that's real.
we still show our bias 100%
Yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah.
So it is what it is. Darius Fulghum, undefeated super middleweight title contender. Now that's what we're gonna go ahead and do.
Let's do
Appreciate you,
it.
my man.
Hey, appreciate you, brother. Thank you for your time, dog.
Already.